Let's try and fit in today's game of rapid chess. Okay, 1799. Good luck. We've not played before. We have no head-to-head score. 104 games per pawn. That's not a lot, is it? 1300 blitz games. That's what they're preferring to play. Okay, let's just play h6 and develop. You can take, you can drop the knight back. Everything's kind of playable, just a standard carrow. I don't think there's a sacrifice here. There might be a nice nuisance move though, there might be. Yeah, let's just go up one just so we can make sure we can castle. You can run into trouble. We've had this before as well. I'm going to play c5 here. It's really easy to go wrong in the carrow, even though it looks like it's a relatively bland opening. It's incredibly easy to go wrong. Now, right now, that's not a move. So I think bishop up might be. Otherwise, I can just play bishop up straight away, but I want the bishop out. Yeah, if you push down now, I simply take, don't I? But I'm trying not to blunder this sort of concept as well. But I think bishop up and maybe back is a move. I think it is. Then bishop up. Then try and get the knight into place somewhere. But even though it looks like it's a little bit bland sometimes, the carrow, it's really, really easy to go wrong. Like if I play knight up now, I blunder the push. My opponent's trying to line up something like this, I would guess. Okay, let's play my bishop up now just to try and blockade that pawn and release my knight. My bishop at least can come back, or if you come back we can trade. Now, do I want to trade there? Knight's going to come forward with a view to potentially a sack, I would guess. I think I'm just going to develop and ignore that. Hope I can ignore that safely. We've got knight across or knight up. So you must be trying to play for a sacrifice. There's no other good reason to do that. But I've got knight up now. Takes. I don't think works. So I'm going to play knight forward. If it works, it works. But we'll both be long since out of theory in this game. But we hit the knight, we hit the bishop. I don't think that's on, but he's gone for it anywhere. Okay, but can't I just grab the bishop now? I don't see this working. There might be a triangulation, but I'm going to take. Now, if I can just keep my pieces. Yeah, it must be a bad sacrifice. It must be. If I get bishop back and knight back, I should be winning. Should be. I'm not bothered about pawn grabbing and getting a piece lost. Bishop back. You'll have to fly the pawns down the board at some point. Okay, so surely that just gives us bishop back. We attack the queen. Our knight's not under attack. There's no check next move. So just drop the bishop calmly back. We cover these squares. We hit the pawn. The knight might be able to go pawn grabbing here. So you attack the knight. So we've got knight back to hit the queen. So if we go pawn grabbing, I don't see the benefit of it. Okay, that square is covered. Here, knight across. Maybe we can do it, but it just feels completely unnecessary. Just hit the queen. Try and cut out all this counterplay if we can. We hit the pawn, so I think I play pawn up here. Then we can jump forward, potentially stop this. Just slowly unwind and hope we can unwind. But yeah, you have to fly forward now with black. So here, down, back, check. I'm still fine, I think. So let's go here. So I've got two bishops here. Okay. Take. I don't like. I think I go here and here. You've got to take risks with white. You've got to. Nothing else much you can do. We're threatening to actually collect this pawn now. So rook up. Okay, so if you check here and get the queen down, presumably I can just develop the bishop with a check and then rook across, and that should be good. So I think I'm okay to take here. If I'm blundering, I'm blundering. But we're close to collecting here. We guard this. Apologies if my arrows are a bit off. But I've got this check and then rook across. That's what I'm looking at, assuming queen down. We might even have a nice knight check as well, depending on what happens with the king. I just got to not blunder that one move checkmate. So I can throw a check in now first, actually, can't I? Let's develop with a check. You can't go here because of knight check, so you've got to step up and we'll just pin the rook. That should just win the game on the spot, it should do. Let's just pin the rook now. Now again, queen down. What's he done? Taken there. Let's just take and we'll flush the king out. So check and collect our rook across. I know the knight's loose here now, but the king can't run back over. Just got to pay attention that my knight is loose here, not guarded. So check. And you have to block with a queen, right? Takes, takes. Actually, does that give white, oddly enough, a decent position? Or can I just sack the knight? I'm looking at rook across to say, can I sack the knight? If you take, then a check. And it's mate next move. So I think I've actually got rook across here. If you come down, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? If I allow that pawn push, it's a bit annoying. I don't want to blunder this. So maybe I just grab the pawn and guard the knight in the process. I'll grab with the queen. Yeah, I think just take is easier. Just take and threaten checkmate and get the queen off the board. Okay, it goes back over so we can check here. Down, check, down. That's going to be checkmate, right? I think there's a checkmate here. And just queen back and over. Quite a nice finish. I'll just come straight in. Okay, that was a nice finish. Yeah, very dubious sacrifice, but some of these lines that do actually work. It's really, it looks like a bland opening, but it can really explode the carry. You can go wrong very easily. So they're the move times for both players there. So let's just see what the engine says we actually played it. So we're in control in all of this endgame. Some little ups and downs, so some slight mistakes here and there. So we've played 96% versus 83% accuracy. The CPL is 29 and opponent's 64. My average in rapid is 32, I think it is. So it's basically just in line with my average player there. So let's just have a look at what's happened here. So white is, what, 1.2 better in the opening here. So c3. Now it's gone back to level with that move. Yeah, knight across instead of back. And white is still better. So played the opening very well. Then we had the feeling, like I say, that we're going to go for a sacrifice, which they've done. And straight away we're +3 better. So this is where we are in the game here. Still some ups and downs, which means there's still some mistakes there. So let's just see if there's any standout moves. So this is all showing as okay. You can see we're building that steady advantage. Just looking at the eval score there. Just trying to stop this pawn push here to isolate the pawn. So this is still okay. That's a slight mistake there. So we've gone back slightly there. So what should we have done in this position? It's not flagging it as a mistake or a blunder, but the eval score went down slightly. So we'll just turn that on and see what the engine says. Oh, we only got it on one line here. Put it on 2 or 3. I guess 2 is enough. No, the engine's saying actually it was still an equal best move, just dropping the bishop back, so slightly misleading on the eval score there. Then this is all okay. Now we have a forced mate apparently. That's something, isn't it? Oh, we have a mate in 9 there. We have a mate in 9, and then I managed to turn it into a mate in 18. Now we've lost the forced mate sequence here, so what have I missed here? Well, that looks odd, doesn't it? White has played a move, and it's no longer a forced mate, but it's my opponent's move. That's when the evals look really odd when you see that. And now it's just the mate in 3. Yeah, and then king has to come down and you're just coming in. Or you could obviously come in this way, block and take as well. But it was a good win, very good.